Okay, it's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from SmuttyNose Brewing Company, and it's a bottle of their Bouncy House IPA. Checked on Rate Beer, this one's coming in at 4.9% ABV. There's the bottle cap. Let's get the beer out into a glass and see what we get. I'd like to thank our channel sponsors, beersofeurope.co.uk, for sending us the beer. Lovely smoke on the opening. Beers of Europe, the largest online beer store in the UK. Some fabulous ales from, well, this one's American. British beer, obviously Belgian beer, great German beer, some Australian beer. Generally great craft beer from around the world, so if you want something decent, check out beersofeurope.co.uk. I quite like this. It's got a 1990s feel to it. I am a boy from the 1990s, I really am. Well, my youth was the 1990s, my teenage years, and this has got a little bit of rave about it. This has got a little bit of fun and throwback to the 90s. I like it. It's described as an occasional American ale. Occasional IPA, I drink them all the time. Beer in the glass. It's a nice coloured beer, little hazy, amber, golden colour, 2-finger white head. Let's get the aroma. That smells absolutely wonderful. A really big, punching grapefruit, mango, lemon IPA. Very sweet also. I'm beginning to wonder, even at this stage, and I'd like your comments in the comments box. It's a case of me picking this beer out from the cupboard, having a quick look on Beers of Europe and seeing that the first web result on Beers of Europe was 4.9% ABV. If it's higher, please let me know. But I got a funny feeling that an IPA from America would certainly be around 6% ABV. So your comments please on this beer. But I'm going to dive in. Cheers. Oh man. Pow. Yeah, obviously by my reaction, classic American style beer. It's big, it's punchy, it's bold, it's very bitter on the back end, but it's jam-packed full of hoppy flavours. It's grapefruity, there's some mango, there's some sweetness from the malt. It's a good beer. That balance from the beer interests me also. What you first get from the taste, obviously, is that big kind of grapefruity mango taste. It then goes over to being very bitter on the back end, but then it comes back to being sweet. There's a nice level of sweetness to the beer. It's a piney one. It's pine needles. Yeah, it's like walking through a pine forest, and it hurts your hands, but scrunching some of them pine needles and kind of smelling them, it's a really big, piney, juicy, resinous, big punching IPA. Really good stuff. There you go. Yeah, it's a beer. When it came, I was happy to have this. It's just starting to show my age, really. The 1990s finished nearly 15 years ago. Starting to get old. I miss the 90s. I liked the 90s. It was a good era for me. I learned to drive. I became a carpenter in the 90s. Obviously I left school in the 90s. I did a lot of other things in the 90s. It was a bit of a crazy era, and then in 2000 I bought this place, this little house. So I've been here 14 years. Why am I banging on about this now? Why am I talking about this in the middle of a beer review? this has just stirred up some memories. I'm a spontaneous human being. We're talking about the beer. We all know what an IPA tastes like. And excuse me to the people who have just caught this review who are getting into beer. I apologise if you don't really know what an IPA is. I suggest if you can get this, go and try it. And try all of them lovely grapefruity, resinous, piney, punching, bitter, hoppy flavours with a nice balanced sweetness to go with it. Check it out from beersofeurope.co.uk. I'm going to rate it though. Bouncy House IPA. Yeah, it's put me in a very kind of placid, thoughtful frame of mind, if I'm honest. Thinking about the 90s and my past, which I never think about my past. Yeah, that's a lovely beer. A lovely, lovely beer. Very drinkable. It may be 4.9% ABV because it's a very refreshing refreshing brew. Yeah, so 4.9% ABV. I'm going to rate this lovely, lovely fresh IPA at an 8 out of 10. It's an 8 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Put your comments in the comments box. Please subscribe to our daily beer reviews and cheers.